Screensavers. I'm Kate Patello.
And I'm Leo Laporte. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're out of breath.
Coming up on today's show. We got it all ready, though. It's all ready.
It's all good.
I had to sweep the floor. I had to polish the, the glassware. Get ready for your appearance. Today, I'm going to chat with the author of a really great book who says your privacy is dead.
Let's have a moment of silence for your privacy. Also, thinking about Windows 2000, hear what everybody else is saying about it in today's news group recommendation. All the cool kids like Win2K.
Simpson hates it. Then later, Jim gives us his take on Windows 2000 on today's Fresh Gear. Why all this Windows 2000 stuff? Oh, I get it. It's 1 week off from the launch.
Oh, that would explain it, wouldn't it? Hey, before we talk about today's topic for the chat room, let's check out the results of the last poll. Our question was, why the denial of service attacks? And this was very interesting.
Well, we can't get it on the website. We send it out in the email. It's all at thescreensavers.com, and you can subscribe there. According to our next guest, the era of personal privacy is all over. In fact, I think it was Larry Ellison who said, get over it. Privacy is dead. To tell us more about our diminishing privacy, the author of Database Nation, The Death of Privacy in the 21st Century, Simson Garfinkel. Welcome to the Screensavers. And Simpson's written a lot of great books. We have a couple of them on the set. We've got your PGP book, which was a great book, the first one that explained how it worked to me that I could understand. So thank you. And, of course, a Unix head from way back. Yeah.
So I wrote the Unix Hater's Handbook about why Unix sucks and must be killed. And
you did that with love in your heart.
It's my favorite book, well, my second favorite book. And it's out of print now. So
it is?
We may put it on the web.
Let's put it back out. Oh, that's a great idea.
We may put it on the web.
That's a great idea.
Nobody wants to pick it up.
Okay.
But I gotta disagree with you. I don't think privacy is dead.
Really?
I'm writing this book to prevent the death of privacy.
So it's in the sixth bed.
Just like Rachel Carson wrote Silent Spring to prevent the Silent Spring. I think that what is going to be is we're not going to be able to have this idea that you protect privacy by preventing people from collecting information, because I think that everything's being collected. I think that's what Larry Ellison was talking about. But actually, it wasn't Larry Ellison. It was McNally, Scott McNally at Sun Microsystems.
Oh, was it Scott? I'm sorry. Yeah. I've been blaming Larry for this all this time. Well, he would know.
The thing is, data is going to be collected, and we need to have rights and responsibilities. People who are in the database need to have rights, and the people who collect those databases need to have responsibilities when they assemble that personal information.
Let's talk about what people are finding out about us and how they're finding it out. Where are the sources of information?
Well, one of the big sources of information is like what I call telemetry data. Things happen in the physical world and records get made. Like you ride on the subway and the subway card goes through and it makes a record.
Yeah, but it doesn't know who you are.
Well, actually it does. This just came out about 2 weeks ago. In New York City, every subway card has a serial number on it, and they're recording every single subway crossing, and then when the police arrest somebody, they grab the guy's subway card and they get his records. Goodness. Or when you buy it with a credit card or buy it over the internet, they match up the name to the number. And that's fine if they want to do it. It's great that the police are solving crimes. The problem is, who has access to that database besides the police? Who said the police should have access to that database? Where was the stimulating public discussion about how that database would be protected against unauthorized use?
So it's kind of what you're saying is that our abilities to collect information have far outpaced our abilities to monitor ourselves.
That's right. And what we need is, controls on collection is really important, but what we also need is we need rights for the people who are in the database. Right. I should be able to see, I should know that that data is being protected. I should have a right to see my record.
That's never going to happen. Are you not? First of all, we don't know all the people who are collecting data. You're not going to be able to go to the NSA and say, by the way, what do you know about me? That's never going to happen.
Well, it's like saying it's like the 1950s and saying, there's no way we're going to prevent people from dumping into the river. You just run a pipe out to the river. We're not going to be able to find all those pipes. And we did find all those pipes. We found a lot of them. And what you can do is we did it with credit reporting. We said that you can't have secret credit reporting data banks. You have a right to see your credit records. If you disagree with it, you have a right to demand that they reinvestigate. We can do the same thing with other data banks.
Do we need laws? Is that how we do this?
I want an overarching law of data protection in the United States, the way Canada has one, and England has one, and France has one. Every Western democracy except the United States has one.
Does it work in those other countries?
Yeah, it really does. I mean,
they have more privacy rights?
Perfectly, but it works better than what we have.
You do it.
But then I don't don't want just this law. I want a federal agency like the EPA, that's the Privacy Protection Agency, that's designed to interpret the law, because Congress can't keep up.
Right.
They're not experts, and when things need to be changed, they can't do that. The EPA can keep up with the environmental stuff. There's no reason why a privacy office couldn't keep up with the privacy stuff.
Yeah, see, I guess I'm fatalistic, but it just seems like we have, the technologies for doing this are just running amok. I mean, you go to your grocery store and they keep track of everything with your club card, right?
That's right. And, you know, somebody asked me, well, what do we have to worry about? And I said to the guy, well, you know, you better be sure that you don't piss off anybody in the supermarket, because not only do they know everything you bought, but they know your social security number, because you had to provide that, and they know your birthday. So they know everything they need to know to go out and get credit cards in your name. So don't piss anybody off at the supermarket.
Or another scenario, it's kind of a conspiracy scenario, but they could go to the insurance companies and say, this guy's eating too many donuts, you better not insure him.
Well, you know, they could, and they probably will in the future.
I think that's going to happen.
They'll sell that information.
The insurance company wants it.
Already there's been a case where this guy slipped and fell in the supermarket, and he was going to sue them. He actually did sue them for, like, having a dangerous place. And they said, look at all the alcohol you've been buying.
Oh, no!
We're going to go into court with all your purchase records and say that you were probably drunk when you slipped.
That's appalling.
It is appalling. I write about it in the book.
That's terrifying. You also read, this is going to appear on our website, too, the story of what happens when you take a flight from Oregon to LA, what kinds of things are recorded. It's amazing the variety of stuff people know.
Yeah, well, I started off in Seattle, and I'm driving down the highway. They had these cameras in Seattle pointing at the highway, and they put it on the web so people can see you as you drive by. There are these loops in the pavement, record how fast your car is going. You come into the airport, and there's this video camera taking a picture of you. And, you know, we need all that stuff. Who controls the videotape?
Right.
Who has the right to say, look, here's a picture of Simpson going into the parking lot. I think we'll sell that, you know?
Well, you know, there's a wonderful movie, The Anderson Tapes, you've probably seen, Sean Connery, in which a robbery is going on, and 18 federal agencies have been taping it all. The robbery goes down, they destroy their tapes because they don't want anybody else to know that they've been taping it. I have a feeling we're living in that kind of world, don't you?
I think that things are getting really bad.
Yeah.
But the nice thing is, with the internet, like, for the first time, the public is really able to know how bad things are.
What should we be doing?
Well, the first thing is that people should be very careful when they give out personal information.
You lie? I lie.
I lie.
Yeah.
Ask people why they want it, and give them fake information if it's, like, not for banking, where it is illegal to get fake information.
Lie for some things.
Well, yeah, and ask them how they're going to protect it. But the other thing that you can do is I think that in the year 2000, we can really get some real privacy legislation if we push. This morning on NPR, I woke up and they said that there's a new Congressional Privacy Caucus. And I think that there are congressmen and senators who want to do something, and we just have to tell them what to do.
Well, let's hope they're reading Database Nation, and certainly we cover this topic. If you're interested, you should read it as well. That's Simson Garfinkel. He's the author of Database Nation, so it must be the publisher that wrote The Death of Privacy
Well,
in the 21st
we're trying to prevent the death of privacy in the 21st century.
It's sick, but it's not dead yet. Check our website for a complete, very compelling article that Simpson wrote that describes this trip from Seattle. It's about how personal data is collected and used. It's all at thescreensavers.com. Now, folks, don't you start flipping. Still to come on this very show, the best hardware for a multiple operating system